one of the critical roles in any fight night is that of the judges. They're, either way the decision goes, they're maligned by whoever you support. Phil Austin has a great career of 25 years as a boxing judge, and tonight your role is as important as it's ever been with a number of fights, 7 fights in all tonight. How many are you officiating, Phil?
Actually, I'm doing 6 all up. Yeah, everything bar the main event tonight. So I've got 1 role refereeing, the rest will be judging.
Tell us what are the keys of being a fight judge, because we all sit at home. A couple of days ago,
Yep.
we sat at home, we watched Joshua and Ruiz, my 11-year-old boy and I, and we're scoring that.
Yep.
Tell us what's important. What does it take to be a good judge?
Number 1 is actually focus. Concentration is the most important part. A lot of top judges, everyone's a little different. Everybody has a slightly different process with how they stay on. My viewpoint is I stay on for the 3 minutes of the round, break for 60 seconds, back on that way. Some people will say I couldn't even tell you what bikinis the ring card girls were wearing because they focus for that long. It's the important things are really concentration, knowing the rules, the criteria of scoring, and thirdly is to actually have the guts to call it exactly as it is. Regardless of where you might be in the world, regardless of how hostile the environment is, it's got to come down to who's won the round.
Just for those people who might be embarking on their judging journey and scoring for the first time tonight, tell us, the lift speech, what are the critical things that a judge has to look for when he's scoring a 10-9 round or 10-8 or however it goes? What are the things that matter to a judge?
The most important thing that matters to the judge is the amount of punches one boxer's landed. So really effective aggression / ring generalship, whichever way you want to sort of call it, it all comes down to the same thing. It's making one guy fight your fight. Now that might be him going backwards. Say for example Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. He boxed that entire foot off the back foot, but he brought the other guy onto his punches, so he was able to land his shots that way. It will come down to effective aggression if things are quite even when it comes down to punches landed. And then if you're having a lot of trouble splitting them, then you can then look at things like defence as well. But generally, with those 3 criteria, you're able to decide the winner of a round. Very rarely should you actually get a drawn round.
And is it true that these days you have to find a winner of a round? You can't score 10-all in draws, or is that okay to do that still?
You can do that occasionally.
If you can't split them.
If you can't split them, there's very few times that that's actually the case though.
Yeah.
Really, with the criteria that I've given, you can find a winner. There's got to be a situation really where one guy's been winning the round comfortably, then he's knocked down at the end of the round. Then you can start talking about even rounds there, depending on the state that you're in with how things are scored.
Tell me about have you ever been in one of those situations where you've been the judge that's got it so obviously wrong? We see that, it's one of the great consistent factors in a fight night is there's a judge, there's been judges that have been looking at a completely different fight to the one that we've been looking at, and of course there's much hoo-ha made about that at the end of the night. Have you ever been in that position yourself where you've got it so wrong that you've needed an escort to the car park?
No, the other judges were wrong, not me.
Good on you.
No, look, it's
because that happens from time to time, doesn't it?
We're human beings. We're gonna make mistakes. I think
because
probably
there's many people still whinging about the Horn-Pacquiao decision.
I'd like to see their scorecards.
And how that was scored, yeah.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, with the Horn-Pacquiao fight, you had 3 neutral judges come in from around the world. They scored the fight. I mean, I saw it the way 2 of the judges saw it. The WBO sat down with their grievances committee. The WBO has a very good grievance policy, and they had 5 other judges look at that fight independently, and they've said, no, this is just the way it was.
Yeah, exactly. What about tonight, mate? Have you got a thought on how the main event might go, or is that something that a judge doesn't get involved in? Early in the evening.
Not at any stage of the evening at all. Even if it's a fight that I'm not involved in, and I'm not got nothing to do with the main event tonight. Still, My role is, I think it's a critical one, it's an important one, and I shouldn't be out there making those sort of kind of predictions. And this is boxing. You never know what guy's going to turn up on a particular night anyway.
Yeah, fantastic. A clean skin, a great reputation. Phil Austin, one of the great judges. Thanks for spending some time with us tonight. And,
My pleasure.
and may you get it right.
Oh, God, me too. Thank you.
Good on you, mate.
No
Good on
worries.
you.
Cheers.